today's gonna be a doozy. Today's gonna be a doozy. And I have switched to electronic notes so I don't have any more mishaps. But I was thinking about this. What triggered me? Okay, there's a few video essays I watched that triggered me to make this video. And not trigger as in I got upset, but trigger me like in thinking in this way, thinking about this concept, because I feel like a lot of topics on social media have been recycled over the years, and I've been chronically online my entire life. So half of the topics people talk about is shit that I was already learning and talking about in 2016. Like, I don't really give a fuck about most woke talk or most woke, I don't care about woke talk no more because I'm already woke. Like, I really feel like it's almost, also a lot of, especially Twitter. Twitter is such a bird app. Like, it's literally a bird app made for birds. Before we continue in this video though, call your representatives for a ceasefire in Palestine, please. Holy shit. United States is so fucked. Did y'all see they was the only for the second time in the fucking row, these are only ones who voted not to stop the fucking the ethnic cleansing, the genocide. But in their words, it's a conflict. Ain't shit a conflict. This is an erasure of the people. And we're the only country that decide to keep going, to keep killing thousands of innocent people, to keep bombing, to keep targeting all these fucking hospitals, all these colleges, and you think the Congo is doing any better? Fuck no. Shit. Like, all those malnourished children. Every time I go to sleep, in the back of my mind, I just get that same image of those 3 boys on the ground. Literally just bones. Literally just bones. So, I just want to bring awareness to that every fucking podcast, because I feel like my podcasts are done on a weekly basis. Like, I always film and post a podcast within the same week. So, it's more like current events. So, I like to keep that on your forefront. Like, we can't stop talking about it. We can't let it die down. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. Ain't no stop. Ain't no getting tired. Ain't no, I am too overstimulated. Bitch, I'm autistic. Don't you think I'm overstimulated being on fucking Twitter all the time, seeing a bunch of children being killed, a bunch of bombings, the Congo, and stupid ass motherfuckers with opinions about dumb shit? Like, don't you think I'm tired? The fuck? I did some research actually for this topic. Yeah, roll the intro. I'm just a girl in the world. I'm a girl. I think I saw a video essay, like type of video. Actually, a few videos on TikTok. But TikTok, I feel like, especially woke talk, is so quick to demonize anything that is feminine. And people hate the word femininity, especially like very radical feminists. And I'm just disclaimer, I'm not a feminist. If anything, I'm a womanist. And womanism and feminism are two different things. I'm gonna get into that later. But especially like black radical feminists, I've been seeing a lot of pushback against clean girl aesthetic, Pilates princess, just these really harmless, like, besides diet culture. But I'm so tired of everybody associated every fucking trend with diet culture. Yes, it's people with fucking ED. You don't think fucking people with ED have fucking insurance? Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, okay, let me just stop. There's so much I have to get into. Like, there's so much I have to get into, because what y'all actually be talking about? Like, everything that a woman does is so demonized, even by other high education, intelligent women. And I just want to offer like a different a different perspective when we talk about these issues in a more, I guess, productive approach, instead of just demonizing a subset group of people. Because you personally don't really see the value in what they're doing, which is a problem within itself, period. So let's first start off with the real topic at hand, which is womanism versus feminism. I can read y'all like the textbook definition, I guess. Womanism, as coined by Alice Walker. Everybody know who Alice Walker is. Let me tell you something. Alice Walker is the staple, the pinnacle of black higher education, of black excellence. She wrote The Color Purple. You know, everybody know The Color Purple, okay? She have done a lot more besides that, though. I'm telling you, every single essay I have ever written in my HBCU that I have written for others at their HBCUs have Alice Walker in there. I have cited Alice Walker probably like 15 times in my life in like research papers and poems and speeches. Like, Alice Walker, she is an icon, and she is, people gonna, I mean, she has done so much. She has done so much for the higher education of black people, period. She's, whew, I love her. Anyways, Alice Walker is a framework that focuses, and what we mean by framework is the medium of which a concept is explained. Okay, so this is basically expanding the framework of feminism. Okay. Anywho, and they both came out at the same time. Womanism probably came out a little bit after feminism, but they both been out about the same time. Is a framework that focuses on the experiences and struggles of black women and seek to address the unique forms of oppression they face within society. So intersectionality. It emphasizes the celebration of black women's strength, resilience, and cultural heritage while advocating for the inclusion and recognition within social justice movements. Historically, mainstream feminist movements have often prioritized the experience and concerns of white women, which is problematic within itself because you're excluding. How are you going to focus on the qualms of who has the closest proximity of to white men? It doesn't make any sense, because isn't it like, how would you dismantle the system, you know? Sometimes marginalizing the experiences of women of color. Womanism emerges as a response to this exclusion and has sought to provide a safe space where the unique struggles and perspectives of black women could be recognized and addressed. It is important to note that womanism recognizes that men, including black men, can also be affected by the oppressive systems and advocate for a healthy and supportive relationship amongst women and men. And I feel like this is probably the biggest difference between womanism and feminism. Like, hey, I'm not telling you not to be a misandrist. Shit, I'm basically a fucking misandrist. I hate men. They're useless. They're almost virtually fucking useless. And they're not protectors. They're not providers. Especially black men. I could do a whole episode on black men. But it's not really their fault. It's not their fault that they're so fucking shitty, you know? I can't speak on white men. But black men, our roots was never made for this. We was never a patriarchal society in our motherland of Africa. We was never a fucking patriarchy. That's some shit that the colonizers have put into our brains, saying with Christianity and all types of other, things of that nature. You know, they forced their ideals onto us when we never even really had a word that differentiated women and men till we was colonized. So this whole concept of the patriarchy, I mean, it's a man-made thing created by a certain group of people. So that's just my biggest takeaway with that. And while I am so vocal about expressing that I am a womanist instead of a feminist, is because with womanism, there is a type of nuance that isn't available to white people. I feel like white people, they are given so much grace, and they're given room to be unkempt. They can grow their armpit hair out. They can do all these things, but black women cannot. You know, black women have to uphold respectability politics to a certain degree, and respectability politics is going to be the next section, because that's a whole 10-minute chunk that I can talk about. So because of this, because we was never perceived as women in the first place. So femininity for us makes seem not genuine to a lot of people, and it may be expressed in different ways that is not expressed traditionally through white people. I consider myself a highly feminine woman, but I don't have my nails done. I don't do my edges. I don't have no bust down lace front. I don't do my lashes. But I can still consider myself a feminine woman because I don't need those fucking things to be feminine. Less femininity and whiteness, I feel like, meaning the same thing to a lot of people. That's why they're so quick to demonize highly feminine trans, especially more educated black women. They view it as a chain, but it's not. Let me tell you what I have found out as being a very self-hatred, what's it called? When I grew up with a lot of internalized misogyny, okay? And I see so many patterns of that within young girls on social media, within young women on social media. They want to hate on things so quick because they themselves are not comfortable in their own skin. And yes, society has made you feel that way, but it's your fucking responsibility to unlearn that and realize your worth. That's why I'm so happy we have coaches like Shira. We have coaches like Carmelita? What's her name? Carmelita? Oh, Carmelita. Ooh, that's cute as fuck. Carmelita Fox. Everybody say she's fat phobic. And we're going to talk about fat phobia when we talk about Victoria's Secret. But we need more people like them in the community. We need more people to show black women their worth, because black women face something that no other group, maybe some other marginalized groups, but not to the extent that we face it. I mean, it's insane how much pressure it is for us to just to prove that we are women. Just to prove, ain't I a woman? I mean, everyone has heard the speech, even though I was told that wasn't written by an actual black woman. But we're not here for historical context. It's so sad. It's so sad to see people who reject femininity altogether because they're told that femininity is whiteness. Okay? They're told this at a very early age. You need to perm your hair. You need to keep yourself kempt. By keeping yourself kempt, that means in some Caribbean cultures putting on this bleaching cream, That's the type of femininity that I'm so tired of. That's the type of, it's not femininity, but that's the type of culture that I'm so tired of people associated with femininity. And because of that trauma that we have put ourselves through as black women, constantly tearing ourselves apart. I know so many black girls with black mothers who are constantly tearing them down because that's how they were raised. That's how their mothers did them. Because you as a black woman, you're going to face a lot of oppression and a lot of pushback. So your mom's job is to prepare you for the real world. Of course, they're not going to be as sweet as fucking Mary Kay mama. They're not going to be, sweetie, do you want some orange juice? No, they're not going to do that because they know what the fuck you're being put up against. Okay? Did I not blend out my makeup right here? Let me make sure I got all my points. Because I want to say something else about it, but I can't remember. Shit. Also, I agree with the decenter man topic, but also I feel like in feminism, a lot of them are like, you shouldn't want to be with a man. In womanism, we do want to be with a man. We do want to be in a relationship, even though under the patriarchy, it's hard for a man not to objectify a woman. 90% of men objectify women. 90% of men don't see women as human beings, as people. Yeah, that fucking sucks. But I feel like womanism is us trying to learn how to navigate our oppression while also trying to dismantle it at the root. And you may be thinking, how can you navigate it or also try to dismantle it? I mean, we have to fucking survive. Navigation is survival for us. If we don't look the part, we can easily be discarded. If you look at lip gloss is probably the best example I can give of someone who practices more radical feminist ideologies and had a really bad drawback and pushback because of it. When you are not considered conventionally attractive, like she has explained millions of times, I think she's beautiful, by the way. Disclaimer, I think she's a beautiful girl. She's actually so beautiful. Like, I think she has the best side profile. She's a Leo also. She a Leo queen, so love lip gloss. But anyways, when you are not conventionally attractive, you are easier. It's easier for men to target you. It's way easier for men to hurt you. When you don't have any social capital, and black women, we don't have any social capital. So in order to gain social capital, you have to look the part. And this brings me to the second part of the video. Respectability politics. And let me just give y'all this quick like definition that I got on my notes. Respectability politics, on the other hand, refers to the beliefs or practices adherent to a set of socially acceptable behaviors, norms, and appearances in order to gain respect and validation from mainstream society / our oppressors. It often involves conforming to prevailing standards of respectability, often defined by dominant groups in an attempt to counter negative stereotypes or stigmas associated with marginalized communities. In some instances, respectability politics can intersect with womanism when black women are subjected to societal expectations and pressures to conform to specific standards of respectability in order to gain acceptance or validation. This can include conforming to Eurocentric beauty standards, adopting conservative or traditional gender roles, or suppressing aspects of their cultural identity. Yeah. I really, growing up, I hated respectability politics because I had a very much Twitter education system. I had a very much, I believe this is wrong, so if anybody does this thing, then you're wrong too. People don't fucking understand. The world isn't a fucking simulation. This isn't a game. This isn't, oh, well, you take this path and you get this type of result, and you take this path and you get this. People are trying to live. People are trying to survive. It kills to be ugly. It fucking does. It kills to be ugly. And I hate to say it like that. I mean, don't act like you don't fucking like when you see a young black brother sagging his pants or wearing a fucking Pooh Shiesty mask. You can't tell me that shit don't fucking grind your gears. When you see these Negroes looking like some goddamn thugs, knowing damn well they from the burbs. You know, should the government outlaw ski mask, the Pooh Shiesty mask, as you see what the government's doing right now? No, because it's, what the fuck is the freedom of speech? It's how the world should be. Definitely, I don't believe in that. But also in the same breath, attractive people have been proven statistically over and over again to be less suspected of crimes. It literally saves you to be conventionally attractive, because if someone's looking at you and looking at someone else, they're automatically going to think something more positive about you just based off your appearance. And yes, black women have to overcompensate a lot more to get to that point, and white women can do a messy bun. Black women can't even wear a fucking bonnet. And yeah, it sucks. No one said it didn't suck. No one said it wasn't right. But you can't get mad at other black women for trying to look their best that they can look. For trying to gain social capital so they can get opportunities, so they are not suspected of crime. So, you know, how And everyone say, oh well, you're just upholding beauty standards. It will always be a fucking beauty standard if it's always oppression. We can't get rid of the beauty standard if everybody just look ugly as fuck. That's not how that works. Just because Victoria's Secret put a few fatties on the fucking runway, that was fucked up to say, but I'm just speaking plainly right now. I don't actually believe this. But just because they put a few people on the runway, oh my gosh, the beauty standard has been absolved. This fucking beauty standard of Europeans for thousands and hundreds and fucking years just all of a sudden went away because Martha Stewart's on the fucking runway. Be so fucking for real. Be so fucking for real. Just because Lizzo went on tour, now the world is safe again. Now, if everybody, I love Lizzo, by the way. When Lizzo was going through all that shit, I supported her through thick and thin. Girl, I love you. I love you. You know, no one, the beauty standard will never change because oppression will always be there. If you really want to fucking fix oppression, you do that with money. That's how you fix oppression, is by getting rid of capitalism. Getting rid of the free market, going back to a more communist society. But communism scares people, so let me say a more socialist society. As if colleges and walkable campuses and walkable neighborhoods aren't the concept of communism. Libraries are the concept of communism and socialism, but people think it's so evil because of the brainwashing y'all have been subjected to. But I'm off topic for a bit. You cannot villainize people for wanting a better life. You cannot villainize people. You can't. How fucked up is it to tell other black women who wear lash extensions, who wear acrylic nails, y'all the reason why they expect everyone, y'all the reason why young girls want these lashes? No, they're not the reason. The reason is the black boys. They're not the reason. The reason is the black boys. That's the real reason. And I hate to say it, they are oppressor, but where do they get that mindset from? Where do they get that shit from? Don't play stupid now. Don't play dumb. It is sad to see my little sister, she want to fucking bust down 30-inch leave-in with some fucking hoop earrings. And, you know, it's sad to see sometimes, but I'm not blaming older women because of what younger women do. Bitch, it ain't they fucking fault. It's a fucking me. So you telling me if these little black boys wasn't so fucking obsessed with these fucking snows, these snowies, these Snowdens, you think they would still be doing some shit like that? It's because they don't feel valued enough as they are. Who makes them not feel valued? Who makes them not feel valued? Who makes them not feel valued? The people that were supposed to protect us. The people who are supposed to uplift us. When Tupac was coming up, you think he was saying bitches and hoes and bitches and... Okay, he was. But he also... his mother was a fucking Black Panther. And let me tell you, that is not a fucking feat that you should... I don't even know what the fuck I was going to say. She was a Black Panther, y'all. And that's something extremely hard to do, especially during that time period, because black women were not accepted into the Black Panther Party. That's why feminism exists, okay? We are not even accepted into feminism. We're not accepted into radical black Marxism. Where the fuck can we go? You know? Anyways, back to respectability politics. You have to look the part. Like, I'm telling you, I put so much fucking effort into my appearance every single day because I reap the benefits. I reap the benefits. If anyone tells you that pretty privilege don't work, they're a fucking lie. We're black women. Why the fuck would you not want a privilege? At least to even out the fucking playing field. At least to even out the playing field. At least to even out the plane. Why would you want the other black people to suffer? Like, you can't get mad at the oppressed for reacting to their oppression. Just let that fucking sink in. Instead of constantly berating women for wanting to look a certain way, to maybe garner a certain type of attention. That's why I'm so confused about the dress in a what's the fucking shit they did on TikTok. Oh, the male gaze and the female gaze. That's some white feminist shit right there. That's why I'm talking about how, like, what white feminism is, why it's so apparent to spot out. What you mean dressing through the female gaze is a mini skirt and a crop top? Bitch, that just cunts. What? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, all of a sudden I'm less than a woman because I like to dress in high heels? Why the fuck? And another thing about feminism, which I'm going back to section 1. Feminism strives to want the same thing as men. Okay, they want the same thing as men. I don't want shit that men got. I don't want shit that they got. I never want to be like a man. I don't want to be their. I was going to say equal, but I feel like equal means something else. Like, I don't want to be really like them. I just want to be safe. That's all I want. I just want to be safe and live my life how I always live it. Safety. Pretty privilege buys you safety. And this may not be the case because some people who are too attractive, this is a slippery slope, can end up in bad predicaments, like with Brooke Shields. If you don't know who Brooke Shields is, y'all need to go look at her fucking documentary. It's really heartbreaking. Brooke Shields, let me show y'all a picture. She's one of the most beautiful white women to ever exist. Okay? And she was raped, abused, like as a child, by the industry because of how beautiful she is. You know, it is a very slippery slope. If you look at Marilyn Monroe, I just saw this video. Maybe I can insert the clip here, but it's way harder for 10 out of 10 beautiful women to date because they're only seen as a sexual object. They're only objectified and nothing more. No one expects them to have any brains, you know? And while all those things are horrible, I will acknowledge that beautiful women don't have it easy. But they damn sure do have more opportunities, and they damn sure have way more access to wealth. Okay? Beauty is a status symbol. If you're a beautiful woman, you can rule the world. And I truly believe that. Be careful, though. Be careful. Be careful, but you can rule the world. You really can. So, like, also, people don't really. I think I'm gonna just go through the next point because I'm really done respectability politics. Like, dress how you want to be treated. Period. If you want to be treated like a bum, then dress like a bum. If you want to be treated like a CEO, dress like a CEO. If you want to be treated like a model, dress like a model. It's not that hard of a concept. So I'm so tired. I mean, yes, respectability politics, so that we have to do it. But it doesn't change the fact that we have to do it. And you can be like, no, you can stop. You can stop. If me growing out my armpit hair, not doing my hair, not doing my makeup every day, that's going to change the capitalism? Be honest here. Is that going to change anything? Me collecting my period blood and painting it on a canvas like some BuzzFeed shit. You think white feminism is going to change anything? Because white feminism doesn't understand oppression. They only understand one facet of oppression. They don't understand the root of oppression. So that's why white feminists do a bunch of dumb shit that doesn't make any sense. And y'all black radical feminists, y'all just be falling behind them. Stop that, please. Stop it, please. Like, everyone's mad at the clean girl aesthetic because, you know, it doesn't include black women. How y'all gonna be mad at someone trying to put on a light makeup? How y'all mad because someone put their hair in a bun? Like, y'all take shit so serious. And this goes to hygiene wars. We as black women, black people are perceived automatically as dirty. There was this really good maybe it was called intersex media, inter something media. She does really good think pieces on this and on the hygiene epidemic that black women face. I mean, what the fuck? I wish someone taught me growing up how to clean myself. I wish there was a clean girl TikTok trend. I wish it was a clean girl trend, period, when I was growing up. As a growing up autistic, neurodivergent, autistic black child, I didn't understand the value or importance of hygiene. That's why I stunk. I smelled like shit and ass growing up. I didn't give a fuck about my appearance. I was bullied heavily. No one wanted to be my friend growing up because I was dirty. My mom was poor. She was a single mom during that time. We didn't have the fucking means to learn about, oh, well, this is how you do your makeup, like Patrick Star. Like, what? We didn't have the means. Not Patrick Star. Jeffree Star. I think about Patrick. Isn't there a Patrick that does makeup too, though? Is his name Patrick Star? I think his name is Patrick Star. You know, like, people always are so quick to demonize a trend that is mostly influenced by women. Like, y'all make everything in trend. Y'all, that's like this the problem with mass consumerism, because women like things and they're not allowed to have hobbies, because if they're allowed to like anything that's hyper feminine, then they're just supporting capitalism. Bitch, you go into the stores, you supporting capitalism. You having an iPhone is you supported capitalism. A man going to a fucking football game is supporting capitalism. What the fuck you mean? Like, because women just want to have fun. And with mass consumerism, I'm so tired of people be so woke and so radicalized that they be dumb almost, you know? What happened to putting the pressure on the oppressor? You know, like, no one fucking asked them to make clothes through unethical ways. No one asked them to do that. We could still have fucking clothes. We could still have a yoga mat. We could still have Pilates. We could still have all those things and it be done in an ethical way. No one made it unethical except for the people that did it. We didn't fucking do it. So why the fuck y'all, like, let's be honest here. We have to suffer and not live a soft life because we are promoting mass consumerism. Bitch, we ain't promoting shit. That's TikTok shop. Why the fuck is TikTok a shop? That's promoting mass consumerism. Facebook Marketplace, that's promoting mass consumerism. Nigga, me doing the aesthetic video with my pink room and my Hello Kitty fucking plushies ain't no fucking promoting mass consumerism. Me collecting a bunch of figurines isn't me promoting mass consumerism. It's me being autistic. It's me having infatuation on collecting things. But when a man collects baseball cards and whatever the fuck man collects, oh, that's noble. That's honorable. That's amazing. Shut the fuck up. Like, y'all just be saying shit. And I'm just like, why do we view women? It's only women that does this. Why do women view women under such a harsh fucking microscope? We are being oppressed. I don't give a fuck how they cope with it. If they want to cope with it by buying a fucking Hello Kitty humidifier, bitch, that's what the fuck they gonna do. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, let's be honest here. Wait a minute, I gotta respond to this. We are already perceived, black people are already being perceived as being dirty and black. We're not dirty and black, but we're dirty, okay? So what the fuck is wrong with women wanting to know an extra black women to want to have a nice perfume collection? What the fuck is wrong with that, honestly? Like, Jackie Aina is the perfect example of, like, being a beautiful black woman and being the target of unnecessary hatred. I mean, because she is a black woman living a soft life, she supports fucking Satanism. Like, it makes no sense, really. And when people talk about it online, it's such a shallow it's such a shallow take that doesn't really have any depth to it, because black people historically, we have been seen as subpar, not even human. So what's wrong with us trying to make ourselves feel better? And this will go next into the next section, looks maxing. Looks maxing has been seen as something you shouldn't be doing because everyone's beautiful. If that was true, we wouldn't have models. If that was true, you would have a boyfriend. You know, like that's fucked up. But if that was true, like, it's not. It's really not. Not everyone's beautiful. And what I believe is beauty is hard work. People who look beautiful, they put work into looking like that. They're not lazy fucks that just wake up and be like, I'm beautiful. And while it's probably a small percentage of people that do that, especially white women that do that, for black people, that's not the case. Especially black women, that's not the case. You have to work for it. So people put in hard work to look the part because they want the privilege. And y'all just gonna shit on them for that? Like, when was it a crime? When was it literally a crime to be pretty? And to be pretty, it doesn't mean lashes, nails. It means taking care of your skin, eating good, working out, journaling, affirmations, learning a makeup routine, looking for clothes that suit your body, knowing how to style, knowing how to dress, trying out different outfits, trying out different trends, trying out different pieces to see what you like the most. But no, that's mass consumerism. And yes, we do have a problem. Of course, we do have a problem with mass consumerism. I know I do. Shit. But because I just want to live my life and enjoy things, like, it's honestly, they always want to make it seem like our generation is the worst when it comes to whatever the fuck, as if not everybody else doing it. It's just when women do it, all of a sudden, it's wrong and it shouldn't be done. I believe self-care is how, it's basically the same thing as self-love, okay? People always say, what's called Wanyoungism with the lead singer off the K-pop group IVE. She's one of the most beautiful women in the world, Wanyoung, and she has like this huge TikTok like cultish following, which I'm a part of, that shows you like, oh, well, do this to make your skin clear, or do this to eat right, or do this like to grow your butt, and everybody be hating on it because it's giving women unrealistic standards. It's not giving women shit. If men never set that standard, women would never even thought about doing no shit like that in the first place. It's not setting anybody up, it's helping you. You know how much I wish I had that shit? I wish I knew about Wanyoung back in the fucking day. I wish I knew about her. Because I wouldn't have to gone through all the shit that I went through because I wasn't well versed in beauty. I was not well versed in beauty. Beauty is work. So when I see this whole Victoria's Secret discourse saying they shouldn't be on the runway, I don't believe we should exclude any demographic from anything, period. I don't believe that, but I believe the people that work the hardest deserve to be there. Models work so hard, especially fitness athletes and stuff of that nature. You don't think they work their fucking ass off to get that physique? That's some fucking self-discipline that people never even fucking can even imagine doing. So you telling me that person who works night and day on their physique, who eats right, who makes sure they don't put nothing in their bodies that is harmful, doesn't deserve to be on the runway over someone who doesn't put any work into their appearance, really? And I'm not saying the people on the runway didn't deserve to be there. I didn't say that. I'm just saying you can't base somebody's self-worth. What the fuck am I saying? You can't really base, like, okay, someone's self-worth solely on their appearance. You have to base it on what they do, to maintain that type of appearance, you know? Like, I believe the people that work the hardest should be put in those positions. So if you worked your ass off as a model by making sure you go to a nutritionist, make sure you do this and that, no matter your size, no matter your gender, no matter your race, you deserve to be booked and busy. I just feel like they just get some random bitches off the street. Same with the influencer thing. Influencers shouldn't be walking the fucking stage, walking the shows, except for Monet. Monet should, if they don't deserve it. That's all it is. And not to say that those people on the Victoria's Secret campaign didn't deserve it. I don't know shit about them. But that's all I have to say about that. I just think Victoria's Secret is just like, they're kind of self-sabotaging themselves so they don't have to be inclusive. And they're really like trying to show y'all like, yeah, look, fat people are ugly as fuck in clothes. Like, this is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted to see these ugly fat people. That's the type of vibe they're giving. And honestly, I don't really fucking support it. I don't support it because of that reason. Like, just make it authentic. If y'all dress them up and make them actually look cute, like, I really wouldn't have no problem with any of this. Also, you just make it seem natural, like someone who actually wants to be there, who actually put in the effort. Like, I feel like some of these are just status quos. Some of these are just to hit a quota limit, you know. And when inclusivity becomes like a quota, that's when it becomes really harmful, and it kind of does the reverse effect of what it intended to do. So, hygiene wars. What did I say about hygiene wars? Yes, black women are not afforded the luxury to look unkempt, so we have to look kempt. Looks, man, you can't be confident without pouring into yourself. Everyone talk about self-love, how we need to be telling young girls to love themselves. If they really love themselves, they will be bettering themselves. So this whole notion of don't teach them how to do their makeup. No, don't be a Pilates princess because it's giving them unrealistic standards. And bitch, how the fuck? Like, I feel like people outside of these communities, Wanyoungism, Pilates princess, pink core, who outside of these trends don't actually understand what the trend is, because they think everything that is a trend on social media is related back to diet culture or ED, which it is. But ED is a phenomenon that most young girls go through. Like, what the fuck? I probably should have a fucking ED right now for all I fucking know. Y'all, people have ED, but I feel like the ED that people only talk about is the one where you restrict yourself, not the one where you gorge yourself. And that's really the double standard. Not to say, and like, it's only a double standard to a certain extent because fat people are oppressed, systematically are oppressed. So it's not the same way of telling someone that they're fat and then telling someone that they're skinny. Like, that's not the same type. They'll be like, oh, well, you can call me skinny, you can say all these things about me, but I can call you fat. No, that's not how that works, because you are not systematically oppressed to say that. But what I don't like is eating disorders are bad no matter which way it goes. Just like diabetes is bad no matter what type you got. So how the fuck we are talking about ED? Like, this one girl, she posted her what I eat today. Every time somebody posts a fucking what I eat today, it's all of a sudden promoting unhealthy standards. Bitch, if a random bitch, let me stop calling them bitches. If a random girl on fucking this small ass skinny ass girl randomly got on TikTok and gorged herself, ate a whole box of Oreos, everybody in the comments would be like, thank you for posting this. This makes me feel so much better about myself. Thank you for showing that we're normal. How the fuck is that any better? How is that any better? I don't see the difference in restricting yourself and overindulging yourself. I have more of a problem with overindulgence, but you probably couldn't fucking tell by how the way I look. So stop assuming stupid shit about the way they look and about their habits. Like, My biggest thing with social media is people are so quick to blame others for how they feel. You should never be dictated. Your emotions should be dictated by others, period. Like when a pretty skinny girl, she do like a no OOTD video, and everybody be like, you're body checking. Why are you body checking? This is so detrimental to young girls. And they always get the young girl speech. Like, this is so detrimental to... What? Her being a bad bitch is triggering y'all? That's delusional. That's delusional, and that is a brain dead, Twitter bird thought type of thinking. I promise y'all, no one gives a fuck in real life about that shit. No one gives a fuck. And everyone act like ED is such a prominent fucking thing. I rarely see that type of shit. And I am deep into girl TikTok. I rarely see ED post. Maybe every now and then. And I put not interested. Not interested. Like, y'all okay? Y'all act like not every facet of every culture don't have a bad subgroup of people. Don't let that deter you from the actual overall goal of these trends. It's to better women and to be more, so they can be more comfortable in their femininity. And one thing about femininity that I really want y'all to understand, especially for black women, as a womaness, look for femininity coaches that are black also. Ding, 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 ding. Look for black women femininity coaches, but beware though, because some of them are no sedity. They're no sedity, and they're not good with the city. I don't know why I said that. And honestly, like, you can't blame other people for your triggers. And this is a topic about something else, but you can't blame other people for your triggers. You can't expect other people to know your triggers, and you can't expect people to accommodate for your triggers. If you have a problem with eating, and maybe don't be on social media. You cannot expect others to hold that burden of thousands and thousands of people. It's not their responsibility, nor they was never given that task to make you feel comfortable about your body, about yourself. If you want to feel comfortable, put in the work. You just don't wake up loving yourself because you bed rot all day. Don't do shit. Lazy as fuck on the couch. Of course you wouldn't fucking love yourself because you don't put in the effort to love yourself. Love is an action. Just in general, love is an action. So self-love will also be an action. Y'all want women to love themselves but not telling them how. This is how you fucking love yourself. You invest into yourself. That's how you love yourself. You self-discipline. That's how you love yourself. You discipline yourself. That's how you fucking love yourself. The best speech I ever heard was Will Smith's self-discipline speech. I'm telling you, it changes your life. I used to wake up, listen to that every day. Every morning. Non-stop. So when we think about these trends where girls are just having fun, let them have fun. Like, that's really the biggest thing that I want to talk about. Like, stop making people feel bad for being pretty. Stop making people feel bad for wanting to be pretty. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be pretty. There's nothing wrong with thinking about your looks. Maybe women aren't shallow. They're just business women. You ever thought about that? Like, this whole concept of shallow this, shallow that. Marilyn Monroe did it fucking best. Men are shallow. Men are actually shallow. Men are the definition of shallow. Okay? They don't even see women as humans. All they want is what we can do for them, which is sexual pleasure. But us wanting to gain more social capital in this oppressive system is shallow. I'm telling you right the fuck now, if you invest in your looks, you will invest in your time, and you invest in your mental health. That's how you will love yourself. And And when I mean invest in your looks, I doesn't. This really don't mean plastic surgery. Don't think like, oh well, for me to love myself, I need to get that nose job. Well, I'm not against plastic surgery. Shit, I'm definitely not against it. I'm definitely not against it. I'm a little bit against those BBLs, but those BBLs be killing y'all. Summer Walker friend. I'm definitely against that low key, but just know, like, just know. However you react to this oppressive system, that's how you should react. Shout out to the radical feminists. I wish I had the balls like y'all to do those things that y'all do. But thank God I don't. I was just raised in a way with a lot of shame, and a lot of black people are raised with that type of ideology of you can't do this or you will get shamed, you know? And white people don't have that. They don't have that type of shame culture like black people do. So it's nice to see how free y'all are. But it's just like white women are the main ones demanding rights and demanding all these things when they are the closest. Their proximity is the closest to the oppressor. So they don't give a fuck about us. Like, that's my biggest qualm with all this. When people keep reacting and saying these trends are harmful, this is so harmful for people, like, stop going to Pilates, stop liking the color pink, because this is detrimental. What are you talking about? Like, I'm so tired of femininity of being demonized. I literally didn't like the color pink because I always associated pink with weakness growing up, because that's what other people did, including women. Even my own mother told me she hated, well, she didn't say she hated, but she didn't like the color pink because it was too girly, as if girly is something bad. Why is girly bad? Why is a mini skirt in a dress a woman's, what's it called? What the fuck did they used to say? The female gaze. Like, the whole female gaze shit was so annoying, bro, because anytime anybody was dressing a man's gaze and the male gaze is just streetwear. So you telling me the male gaze is just streetwear? Like, that's how you dress, not for the female gaze? Like, let's be honest here. Oh wait, did I mix it up? Fuck. Damn. I was doing good. When people dress for the female gaze, it'd be like, oh, just streetwear. And when women dress for the male gaze, it's like skirts and heels and hoop earrings and purses. How do people not see we're going through the same cycle of internalized misogyny over and over again? We're just changing the fucking names. Like, the whole thing with pick-me's and cool girls and all this type of rhetoric. Who gives a fuck? You're just a girl. You're a girl. And you need to live your life like a girl. Like, you need to live your life not trying to constantly show that, no, I'm one of the good women. No, like, please stop. I'm not like these other girls because I do this and I do that. I'm intelligent. I'm smart. I like baggy clothes. That's the real pick me to me. Like, I feel like that's the worst type of pick me. I'm not like other girls. Because what's wrong with being a girl? Like, what's really wrong with it? Like, can you explain to me what's wrong with it for real? And with Won Youngism, like, no one really disrespects Won Young, like, herself, because she is a queen, she is lovely. But do you think she don't partake in self-care? Do you think she just wake up like that? No, you know damn well she do her skincare, 12-step skincare routine. You know damn well she puts in the work. You know damn well she eats right. Y'all just mad that y'all not one of God's favorites, but that doesn't mean you're worthless. It doesn't mean you're worthless. It doesn't mean you're worthless. And I know it may be exhausting to be constantly beautiful, but it definitely is a payoff. It's definitely a payoff. So honestly, I really don't know what else to say. Like, that's the end of the video. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, bye.
Instead of complaining about anything, learn to be thankful for everything. Hashtag speaking from the heart. B. Fletcher.